Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Winanti, and in this video, I will present about final project of poetry appreciation. Out by Robert Frost, the bus saw snarled and rattled in the yard, and made dust and dropped stove-length sticks of wood. Sweet scent stuff when the breeze threw across it, and from there, those that lived us could count 5 mountains, ranged one behind the other, under the sunset far into Vermont. And so snort and rattle, as it rained light or had to bear a load, and nothing happened. Day was all but dawn. Call it a day. I wish they might have said, to please the boy by giving him the half hour. That a boy counts so much when set from work. His sister stood beside him in her apron to tell them supper at the word is so, as if to prove souls knew what supper meant. Lift out the boy's hand, or seemed to leap. He must have given the hand, however it was. Neither refused the meeting, but the hand. The boy's first outcry was a rueful laugh, as he swung toward them holding out the hand, half in appeal, but half as if to keep the life from spilling. Then the boy saw us, since he was old enough to know. Big boy doing a man's work, though a child at heart. He's so all spoiled. Don't let him cut my hand off. The doctor when he comes. Don't let him, sister. So, but the hand was gone already. The doctor put him in the dark of either. He lay and puffed his lips out with his breath. And when the watcher at his pulse took right, no one believed. No one believed. They listened at his heart. Little as nothing, and that ended. Okay, the next slide is intrinsic elements. The first is theme. The poem explores the fragility of human life and the abruptness of death. It reflects on the indifference of the natural world to human existence and the tragic consequences of a simple momentary lapse in attention. The second is tone. The tone of the poem is somber and reflective. It portrays as a sense of sadness and resignation, particularly in the face of the boy's accidental death. The third, imagery. Frost's vivid descriptions create a visual and sensory experience for the reader. The buzzing, snarling sound, the scent of wood, the sunset, and the mountains contribute to the overall atmosphere of the poem. Next, narrative. The poem tells a story unfolding a sequence of events. It starts with the buzzing sound, progresses through the accident and concludes with the boy's death and the reactions of those around him. And the last is structure and language. The poem consists of a single stanza with unrhymed lines of varying lengths. The language is simple and conversational, reflecting the ruler setting and the manner of fake nature of the events. Here is extrinsic elements. Outdoors background. Robert Frost grew up in a rural environment and often drew inspiration from the New England landscape and its people. This poem may reflect his own experiences or observations of accidents and the realities of life in such settings. And the second element is background of literary work. Out was published in 1916 during a period when industrialization and mechanization were transforming rural communities. The poem highlights the dangers and consequences of working with machinery, particularly in an era when safety regulations were less developed. The last extrinsic element is critical perspective. First poem can be seen as part of the literary tradition of exploring the fragility of human existence and the inevitable presence of death. It shares thematic similarities with other works that contemplate mortality and the fleeting nature of life. Okay, here is the message of the poem. The central message of Out revolves around the brevity and unpredictability of life. The poem serves as a reminder that even in seemingly mundane and routine activities, tragedy can strike without warning. The death of the boy, caused by momentary distraction while operating the saw, highlights the fragility of human existence and the potential consequences of such accidents. Overall, Out serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility and preciousness of life, the indifference of nature, and the tragic consequence that can result from a single momentary lapse in attention or a twist of fate. Okay, here is poem that contains simile and metaphor. Eternal Serenade. In twilight's gentle embrace, they dance, celestial bodies locked in a trance, their shimmering like a symphony divine, a cosmic ballet where souls intertwine. With grace they pirouette across the sky, whispering secrets as the night draws nigh. Their their ethereal glow, a celestial kite, a radiant caress from heaven's wide. Each star a note in the grand core, serenading the universe forevermore. Their timeless melody, a hymn of light, guiding lost souls through the dark night. So, gaze you upon the canvas of the deep, where stardust dreams and secrets keep. In its eternal serenade, we find the magic of the cosmos in the wind. Okay, thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.